position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, home of the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Ole Miss Rebels, taking on the 17th ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Rebels' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. He might want another play. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the wideout. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
It'll be 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Pocket breaking down. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense, not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He couldn't find much running room there, didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Handoff to the lone back. Oh, he's got a chance. There he goes. They believe in this running game, and they take it all the way down to the 25 before he goes out of bounds.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for the responsive guys.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Guys, let's talk a little bit about Ole Miss. What an offseason in the recruiting department, reeling in a top 10 class, and you got to think that's going to help.
Man, yeah, it's just nice when you get some recruiting and some excitement, right? Get a top 10 class. You know the talent is really, really good. The young talent pushes the older talent, Jesse, and it just makes the squad obviously so much better.
And with that top 10 class, David, they really feel like they were able to reload the roster, and they think they've got some impact freshmen in this class as well. Can't wait to see what they do today.
He's open on the right. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Getting set for the extra point is blocked. He picks it up. That's a live ball. The 50. At the 30. He's at the 10. He takes it the distance, and you can give him 2.
Great job on special teams. Getting penetration, getting the block. You've got the combo. It's a scoop score, 2 points the other way.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Inside his own 5. He'll be forced out of bounds at his 21-yard line. Not the best field position you could ask for, but they'll get it started there. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. Makes the grab. They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Texas A&M going up tempo. The pull and throw off the RPO. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
So now it's second and long. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
A run for the quarterback. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Wants to bring it back. Slips through the line, and he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. To the ground with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. That's caught. It's Lanier. Fires left. Makes the grab. Gets it out across the 40. Stopped short of the line to gain. They'll mark it at the 41, and might they choose to go for it here. The Rebels will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll take it on the return. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Got the quick completion. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking for room. It's in goal. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Good for Fighting Texas Aggies.
We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Quarterback may change this route. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. After the step off, now they have to deal with 1st and 15. The snap sets up to throw. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Line getting set on second down. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Really good job there on the pitch and catch. You think about Texas A&M and their ability to recruit receivers in recent years. It's been about as good as anybody, I think. You think about names like Mike Evans, Christian Kirk. They're getting guys not just in the state of Texas, but nationally that want to come to College Station and they want to catch passes in this offense. They knows they gives them a chance to play on Sundays, and this guy, I think, is going to be one of those guys that we're seeing playing in the league.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Pulls it in. It's in goal.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
And the Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The offense changing the play. To the air on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies. Ready to try the point after.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Arizona State is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jake Plummer, this might not be over just yet. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Maryland. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got the 1st down and more. Turning it on. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. And he's not going to take the touchback. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
The Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Quarterback making adjustments. Here comes the heat. They get to him as he throws. Oh, he makes the play. It's intercepted. Taking it the other way. He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? This offense has it with really good field position. Gonna run it. It's Pace. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
The defense is able to finally stop this guy, but he has been on fire. We're only in the second quarter, and he has been absolutely lighting it up in this one. Nice job that time, defense, but you know this guy's going to get a lot more carries.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, it's Gray. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the quick pass. He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the 3rd down, now setting up 1st and goal.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. And the Rebels line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And how about that? That's 2 really good plays in a row by this defense. They gave up a lot of yards to get down here, bowing their necks up. It's most important when you get in this area. 2nd and goal now, they get the big stop.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. And here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Dead center, perfect. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Making side adjustments here. Motion from the wideout. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Release to the back. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He'll pull it down. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see. Breaks into the open. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. The Rebels just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. They'll try to get the edge on the left. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
And the Rebels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air, it's Gray. Under fire. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
And finally the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there, but on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Working on the right. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Off-play action on first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Touchdown, Ole Miss! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Yeah, how about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, or number 3 is coming soon.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Rice has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside this building that hosted Super Bowl VIII. They're up by just 1 over Boise State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Might be changing the route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Bring in the heat. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got a man, it's in goal. Oh, he's got some space. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's 1st down at the 38. Texas A&M going quickly.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Makes the grab.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
They just keep firing. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Plays like that, he's fitting in with the Aggie legends, Christian Kirk and Mike Evans.
And that's when you've seen them just high-flying, fun, tempo, making plays down the field. Having those go-to guys, those A&M offenses were always fun to watch.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the field.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Might be calling a hot route.
Okay, break. On the ready.
Wants to throw on 3rd. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Returns it down to the 35-yard line as they cash in on the opportunity to force a turnover.
Nice play by the DB. Most people say offenses have the advantage, right? They know where they're going. They have the footing underneath them. Defensive guys, you still got to guess. You might be a little bit more cautious. No, sir, this defensive back does a great job breaking on the football, going up and making the INT.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Intercepted, just what the defense's doctor ordered. Bringing it back. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Aggies.
And doing a great job in coverage. Obviously, you got to play process, but then reading the QB's eyes, breaking on the football, catching it. And then from there, it was easy. Just take it right to the house.
And the point after is good. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the run, it's Pace. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. It's Gray. Misses receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on 4th down. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down. You're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. They're going to test the right side with this one.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Pass to 30. There he goes. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, and getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. return it. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's in goal. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
I think at this point of the game now, in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
He wants to change this route. Wants to fire on second down. Unloads to the wideout. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. The give to the back. Got enough for the first. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Smart move to keep it on the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down.
And this one isn't over because the defense still has 3 timeouts left. But, man, that clock is ticking, and they can just run the football up multiple possessions. They're going to need something magical to happen. They're going to need to start stripping at that football, create some turnovers, and get lucky down the stretch.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Knocked down, but not before he crossed into the red zone and picked up 4 yards down to the 17.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. He's now up to 104 yards rushing, and with that run, he's now over 100 yards on this opening day. And the Rebels trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. A designed run for the quarterback. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Leaves it with the back. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 5 over North Texas. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
Good for a fighting Texas Aggie. Ready up. Got it.
To the air on 1st down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit, because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Trying to take it back. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to, because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know, talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, Everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.